What's going on, guys? You already know who it is. It's the man with the beard, the man with the hat, the man with the beard and the hat. So, it's Sunday, so you already know what time it is. It's time for some mass. But before we get right into that, I want to do some things, clarifying some things. So, as you can see, to my right, I have my nice new PlayStation. And as you can also see, I have my controller. So, other further right, we have my TV. So, I got the new God of War yesterday. And I was trying to hook it all up and play it and then record it for you guys so you could see it. That didn't really pan out. Took me a long couple of hours, probably like 4 or 5 hours to figure everything out, and I still couldn't figure it out. So I didn't get to do any recording yesterday. I was just kind of like, man, forget about it. I don't want to do it. So I didn't get to do really any recording yesterday. So I apologize on that. If you were really looking forward to another Pokemon video, I'm sorry. I'll try to get one up maybe, in the next day or so. But there's that. Also, I trimmed this down. I don't look as homeless as I did. I had a job interview 2 days ago. So hopefully, cross your fingers. Hopefully we hear back about that. Also cut all my hair off. So again, I don't look as homeless. But anyway, so it's time for Sunday Mass. And I welcome you to Sunday Mass. But today's Mass will be different. It won't just be a short story. It won't. It's not a short story. Today, actually, the other days, I was thinking of, I can do a lot of voices. I'm somebody who, I can do a plethora of voices. Like, I can do Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Like Zoink Scoob, what are we gonna do? Oh, that was bad. That was terrible. That was god-awful. But I can do, like, Scooby-Doo, like, Raggy. Right? Some multiple voices I can do. And I was just thinking that with those voices, they're really perfect for what they do, right? You have the character in the situation. That's what the voice is, right? So I was thinking, what if the voice or that character wasn't in what they were, what they originally were? So I was, just kind of thinking of what would be funny and just kind of weird to see and hear if, the voices that we had come to grown up and grown to love were doing something else besides what they were, intended to do. So I kind of got a couple for them that I wanted to talk about. And, honestly, I don't know, I'm just trying to have a good time. If they sound terrible, I'm not a pro. I think I'm a pro, but I'm not a pro. But yeah, so, let's start this out, man. So one of the things that I really love, my favorite character is Optimus Prime. I love Transformers. I love Optimus Prime. He's so cool. Like, he's a giant robot. He fights other giant robots. And he just sounds like a baller, okay? He just sounds really freaking cool, okay? And so I was like, what if Optimus Prime didn't do Optimus Prime? Like, what if he was just a normal robot on the streets or something, or he just did something else, or what if he was a documentary like announcer or a documentary narrator? How freaking crazy that would be. Instead of hearing Autobots transform and roll out, right? You'd be sitting there watching the Discovery Channel, and you see the mighty Emperor Penguin marches 8,000 miles from one side of Antarctica to the other, all to lay an egg. Right? Like, that just really amused me, just sitting there thinking, watching a documentary, and it's just Optimus Prime comes in, and the great white shark has the ability to retract its lower jaw from its forehead and reveal a laser. Right? It doesn't even have to be real at all. It could be just baloney fake facts, right? But it would just sound so funny hearing something, not necessarily, I guess, epic as like a movie or something, or just, explosions or Michael Bayisms, right? Something, very subtle, right? It's a very educational movie, something educational. Then you just have this big booming badass voice come out of nowhere and just sits there, and you're just like, this is intense. That's an 8,000-mile journey for that penguin. This is intense. Right? Like, I've always thought about that. That's gotta be, I don't know, that's just probably one of my favorite thoughts I've ever thought of. But then, keeping on to the sci-fi channel, or sci-fi, I guess, genre, I thought about Star Wars, right? We have so many unique characters in Star Wars, like Chewbacca, Han Solo, Greedo. The one guy in the first movie who has Anakin as a slave, I can't remember his name. It's not Boba Fett. It's I don't know. I can't think of his name. I know Sebulba is the pod racer guy. But, right, we have all these interesting voices in Star Wars. And so I was thinking, what would be a funny thing for somebody to do or voice, in Star Wars, for them to do? What job would somebody else do, and who would that job or who would that be? So I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Easy. Yoda. Right? Yoda. Little green guy, talks backwards in riddles, like easiest one to have a different job. And I was like, man, I don't know what would be a good job for Yoda, right? Now I want to warn you, there's a disclaimer. This video will have swearing and sexual profanity maybe. So I want to give you this before I move into my more adult conversation about Yoda. Thank you. So I was thinking, hey, you know what Yoda could be? Easily watching like all the BS movies, like the 80s, the 90s, hell, even now, right? And they have like the cheesy phone sex operator where they're like, oh yeah, that's so attractive. Oh yeah. What are you wearing? Right? Something just really just over the top and just terrible, right? I was like, what if Yoda was a phone sex operator? Like, he'd be sitting there, what are you wearing? Hot that is. Get me flustered, that does. Cradle the balls, I will. Right? And I just imagine this little green midget on the other side of the phone, wherever you're calling, however, 99 cents per minute or whatever, and I'm just imagining this little green guy on a commercial. It goes through the commercial like, call all of our girls, 99 cents per minute for all the steamy, wondrous conversations. And you got Yoda coming in, sexy time. Right? Like, just imagining. It gives me giggles still. I can't get that image out of my mind. It's a horrible image, but it's still funny. Just have him sitting there and, balls deep you'll go. Right? It's so stupid. Oh, but it gets me a laugh every time. And then another thing that just kind of makes me laugh is just the voice of Elmo. Right? We know Elmo as this cute and cuddly, yay! Elmo, love you! Right? You know this voice, you know it, you like hate it with a passion because it's so, just like digs in your ears and it just, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. I just really despise it. It's a cute little cuddly little red Muppet, right? You can't be super mad at him. He's not a Muppet. He's Sesame Street. He's not a Muppet. But yeah, this little cute, adorable red thing. And I was like, what if he was like Don Corleone off of Godfather, right? He's sitting there. You come to me asking for a favor on my daughter's wedding, right? Like, just this over the top, just really bright ball of joy. Seeing these super serious lines of Don Corleone from The Godfather. If you haven't seen it, it's a good movie. Go check it out. And just imagine Elmo as the next Godfather. It's amazing. Or, like, even if he wasn't an Italian mobster, what if he was, like, some stereotypical, like, gangbanger or something, sitting there getting in street fights or something, and he's, fighting a guy, bam, 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 right? And then the guy gets on the ground, and Elmo's like, bitch, I'll stomp a mud hole in you! Does a little, like, crotch chop or something like that, Elmo's sitting out there, and like, rip my colors, bitch! You're like, okay, Elmo, you need to fucking tone it down, bitch. Right? Like, I'm just imagining what it would be like if all these different voices were not, not doing what they were originally intended for. Like, what if Elmo wasn't on Sesame Street? He had a hard life growing up. He couldn't escape the gang life. He stayed a gang member. Optimus Prime, he lost the fight to Megatron. Now what's he doing? He's working in documentaries. Yoda, it was a rough time after the Rebel Alliance won. He went to phone sex operator, right? I don't know. It's just kind of the things that go on in my head. I know it's kind of stupid to sound. You got Gangster Elmo. You got Optimus Prime as a documentary reader. Yoda as like a phone sex operator. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. It's off the top of my head. I don't know if this is a good, I guess, substitute for a massive video. But hey, I just wanted to talk about it. Maybe I'll do more videos with different voices later in the, later on. I don't know. But like I said before, I will get you guys a video, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after that, for like Pokemon Insurgence, for those I still follow it. I'll try to get that video out. Oh man, I'm still thinking about Yoda. Oh man, it's funny. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you laughed. I hope you smiled. If you liked it, if you liked it, leave a like. If you want to comment something, go down there, type something out for me. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for me. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you smiled, hope you laughed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.